Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Price Check Podcast, brought to you by the In the Zone Network, where we go city to city, state to state, worldwide. We're keeping it local today. We got my man St. Louis's own by way of, by way of Massachusetts.
Yes,
my man OThaGreat of High Off the Glass. Y'all seen me go on his show a couple times here in the year 2023, talking basketball, cannabis. We're talking a lot of basketball tonight. It's basketball Christmas, man. Playoffs is here. You see the shirt. Yes, sir. So playoffs is here, man. We got a lot to cover. Play-in games, playoff series predictions, you name it, we coming with it. So, how you doing, man? What's going on, brother?
well, great, Josh. Yes, this is a collab. This is a High Off the Glass
Yes, sir.
Price Check collab. This is not my first
This is a crossover.
You got that right. It's a crossover because this is not. I want to officially come on Price Check. I want to be Price Check the fuck out. I want to come on your show, and I wanted to get this in official. This is a collab we doing right here. I'm repping the shirt because this was my first NBA Finals event. I've done two so far since I started. This one I did in 2021. I've done two back-to-back years. This year will be the third, and this what it's about. And see that championship right there? See that Larry O'Brien trophy? That's what we started in this play-in tournament. That's what these playoffs are about, man. So I am dumb hype. I'm here for it, bro. Like let's just get into it. You see what the fuck I got on the hat?
Yeah.
Man.
So for those of y'all,
want this number to change. This number's gonna change this year. It's gonna change this year.
We'll get to that in a second, man. But for those of y'all don't know, O is a big Boston Celtics fan. As y'all know, that probably matches the aesthetic here. Me being a Lakers fan, so we'll have a lot of trash talk going back and forth. But
Springfield, Massachusetts, own you right? That's right. I'm St. Louis, but I'm also born and raised in Springfield, Mass, home of basketball. So that's why we rep the C's and the Bruins. By the way, let's go Bees.
Hey. Well, quick aside for the basketball though, the Bruins just running away with the NHL right now.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this, Josh, and I'm asking a lot right now, but I don't mind asking for what I want. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have two championship trophies in my state in late June, if we don't have two championship parades, I'm gonna be upset, bro. I'm gonna be mad as hell. Like it don't make no sense, especially on the Bruins side.
I ain't gonna lie though, y'all got a good shot at both, man. Y'all got a good shot at both. As much as I hate saying that as a Lakers fan,
that tears you up on the inside, but you keep it real.
Yeah, look, that's what we do, man. Price Check, man. We gonna keep it 100 all the way, man. So while we talking about the Lakers, let's go back to Tuesday.
All right, jump in with it.
7-seed game. Let's call it what it was. Lakers started the game off trash, but nonetheless, second half comeback. We had Anthony Davis dumb foul away from winning in regulation, but we go to OT, win 108-102. Lakers now going on to play Memphis on Sunday for game one, the 2-7 matchup. Minnesota now going tomorrow to play, I'm blanking on, OKC. So they'll play OKC tomorrow for the AC. Now, biggest takeaway for me for this, it ain't got nothing to do with the Lakers. Anthony Edwards wanted no part of that game, G. Anthony Edwards, he 3 for 17 from the field, 0 for 9 from 3-point range, 9 points.
Yeah, he had a bad game. I don't think Ant-Man had wanted no parts of that game or was scared of the moment. You know what I'm saying? I think he just had a bad game. They were in a play-in last year, so it's not like he brand new to this.
Yeah, but playing at home against what the Clippers and I guess they only had to play the Clippers last year because they won the 7th seed, but. Playing at home with the Clippers, no Kawhi versus playing in LA, Staples Center, crypto.com. It's
always gonna be Staples to me too.
Yeah, it's a little bit different beast, man. But I just seen from at least on the offensive end, from a defensive standpoint, I will say he was locked in because there was some possessions where he even took Bron out of a couple plays. Okay. But offensively, man, for the leap that we've seen him take so far this season, I expected more out of him.
And I 100% get that. I don't think maybe the moment was too big for him, but to go with the phrase of what is it? I think it was, he wanted no parts of that game. I would totally disagree. I just think the man had a bad game. I think when they play, because they play OKC next, when they play OKC, I think that he's going to have a outstanding game. He's going to show his ass. But to go back to that Fakers Minnesota game, y'all played like crap in the first half. Real sloppy. I think y'all were nervous. Minnesota seemed way more poised at first. Connolly was doing his thing. He's hit shots. Cat, man, my man hitting runners, one-legged runners on the corner. Like Cat was doing this freaking thing, bro. Like that dude can hoop. Just imagine if they had him all season. It's ridiculous. But Minnesota seemed a little more poised than y'all. But y'all, LA, y'all able to stay in it. I give y'all props. It was a tight game, sloppy, but a tight game. But again, I don't know. Was it the basketball gods getting back at y'all for doing all that posing after Schroeder's three? Everybody doing this extra posing and shit. Jeannie Buss looking at y'all like, okay, what's the big deal? You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, I've been here before. Like, I loved her reaction to Schroeder doing that stupid ass three pose when he hit that big time three. Because she literally looked at dude like, okay, and looked away like, all right, now what? Did we win yet? Like that's all. I love that. That's the Buss family. We here for chips and chips only. So she ain't trip off it. It was it the basketball guys that made AD running the mic and make him do that dumbass three, foul him on that 3-pointer. I don't know, but in overtime, y'all still weren't as dominant as I thought because you had momentum. You kind of lost it when Connolly hit them threes, but I just thought y'all would kind of do it in overtime, and you damn near blew it in overtime.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
My thought on the late game and into overtime, I think the most obvious answer is a lot like LeBron and AD was gassed. If we being
they were exhausted.
They were gassed.
Yeah.
LeBron got sloppy turnovers.
Yeah.
He getting switches where he had I believe Mike Conley switched on him, but then he gets another pick to get Cat switched on him, and then he pulls up for a jumper, lazy jump shot, bad shot, especially for having the lead at that time. It was a lot of sloppy basketball, but the biggest thing that I can take away as a Lakers fan that I'm happy with is Anthony Davis played like Anthony Davis from the bubble.
Right.
LeBron, when we needed it, got it done for us. The role guys looked engaged. Russell looked a little shaky to me.
No, they had to pull. D-Lo gave y'all nothing. Had to pull.
One for 9 on the field.
Yeah.
But Austin Reeves is out there still doing his thing.
Yep.
Hachimura came in, did his thing. So
Rory did his thing.
If I'm a take away anything from that going into this series against Memphis is that the role players didn't look scared. And that's really all I need to know.
Right.
Y'all not scared, we can take whatever outcome comes. Memphis is going to be a tough out regardless. It's going to take a lot to beat that team. We'll talk about that series a little bit more in depth a little bit later, but it can be done, but it's going to take a lot.
Okay, here's my question to you, Josh, and keep it 100.
Yeah.
You didn't expect your team to play a little bit better with two starters being out and Naz Reid?
Absolutely.
Like, say two of our best defensive players, and Naz Reid, not ours. I'm sorry. I'm not a T-Wolves fan. But it's just like, bro, I just thought y'all would kick ass. Like, look who was out and y'all barely beat them.
Now, absolutely agree with the point of that game should have been instead of 108, 102, like 118, 102. But I also got to give credit where it's due to Minnesota. They started the game like 9 for 16 from 3-point range. Cat didn't miss a field goal in the whole first half. If Cat's is knocking down shots, that's what it is. Now, the issue that I had was a lot of our defense was just sloppy, not rotating, like those types of mistakes. That type of shit we can't have.
Right.
If that's going to be the case, you're going to have Bane, Dylan Brooks, all them guys from Memphis doing dumb shit, knocking down open shots. So that got to get cleaned up. But in terms of the difference between first half to second half, I like the switch that we was able to flip. That's all.
Okay. I get it. I just really expected more with Minnesota missing some key people. I think let's just jump into it since we're here now. What do you want to just deal with all the play-ins and then go to the playoff? What do you want to do?
Well, like you said, we're here now. We can go ahead and talk Memphis and LA.
All right, man. I'll just throw it out there because I know what your take is. I would sure like to pick the Memphis Grizzlies to beat y'all. I really do. I want to pick y'all. I want to pick Memphis. I could see Memphis beating y'all. I could, but I just don't believe in the Memphis Grizzlies like that, man. I just don't. Dylan Brooks is a weirdo and he's inconsistent. What is it?
My man was at the game the other night dressed like Andre 3000, man. Like
he's just a dumb weirdo. Like I don't get it with him. You know what I'm saying? Like Desmond Bane is streaky. You know what I'm saying? What is it? JJ. I like Jared Jackson. I think Jared Jackson is dope, but sometimes, man, when the game gets tight, matter of fact, not even when the game gets tight, in the middle of the game, my man looks like a baby giraffe out there, just barely can walk, fumbling around, trying to make every play, trying to do too much, not staying within itself. I just don't see that team. Matter of fact, man, oh God, I don't want to pick y'all. I don't want to pick y'all. I swear.
Hey, look, I can take it for you. It's okay. It's okay. I can take the rock. It's okay.
Before I pass the rock to you, I really think, you know what too? This is I hate to say this, and I really hate to say that this one person did it for me, but it's not this one person. I just don't believe in Memphis's offense. Like Memphis's whole offense is when the game is tight, just give it to Ja and let him drive down the cup. That's like the only thing they know how to do. That's their number one thing to go to when they get scared, when buttholes get tight. That's the bullshit they go to. So I don't believe in it. And plus, when you lose your best defensive center, and my man, that's the number one person they have in the paint to play real defense because JJ don't know how to play it like that. And plus, JJ be everywhere. How you gonna stop AD? You know what I'm saying? I don't see it. So it's y'all. It's y'all. That's all it is.
Hey man, so you hit the nail on the head for me, right? So it's a 7-game series. Jared Jackson's probably gonna foul out of at least 2 or 3 of these games. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be all over the place, jumping around, chasing the blocks.
Classic him.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. Ja, the strategy should be Ja, you get whatever points you want, sir. Yeah. These other dudes can't score.
Yeah.
And I think if that is the strategy, because again, Ja gets a lot of them dunks and stuff off, but he's not going up against shot blockers consistently like Anthony Davis.
Right.
And if AB is healthy and he's imposing his will on their short-handed front line like he should, because after Jared Jackson, you got Xavier Tillman and you got bunch of role guys that ain't been there before.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have to give a prediction in total games, it's probably going to take 6. It's not going to be no, like, we can sweep them or no.
Oh,
like,
no. Yeah.
No way.
I even see 7. I see y'all at 7.
Yeah. I can see 7. Now,
yeah.
Me as a Lakers fan, I would prefer y'all go ahead and take game 6 at home versus having to go to Memphis for game 7.
Oh, yeah.
But also, Memphis is still, like, we saw it last year, man. They're still a young team that does young team things. Mm-hmm. They make young mistakes. And in the half-court offense, they don't really got a whole lot for you, like you said. So when the possessions slow down, LeBron's going to get that thing down to the pace that he wants to be at.
Yeah.
I like our chances, but we got to steal one of the first 2 at home. I mean, on the road, obviously. But it's going to be tough for them to come win in Staples, though. So I like our chances.
I think you're 1,000% correct. And Memphis has had a lot of crazy stuff go on this season with them. And if they are smart, they're able to learn from it. You know what I'm saying? The shit with Shannon Sharp, the crap with Ja, the stuff with, the other stuff going on with Dylan Brooks. Like this rocky road season that they've had, maybe they've learned, like, we need to stay more in ourselves, talk less, and play more. If they do that, then again, I see this being a 7-game series. I see y'all barely winning, but I see y'all winning. But if they can do that, to the utmost, they could beat y'all. Hell, they could beat y'all in 6 games. But I don't know if they can do that, because I know how Bron is besides him being a student of the game, Bron it plays a mental game with you as well, like the way Rodman used to play a mental game with folks back in the 90s with forwards in the league. And Bron will do that. He will say little underhanded comments to make Ja feel a certain way. He will say and do little low-key dirty things that can't nobody catch that'll piss Dylan Brooks off. You know what I'm saying? He'll do those type of things just to get them out their rhythm and just to get their head out the game. He did it in the damn finals against Draymond Green, and look what the hell happened. You know what I'm saying? So they just got to be ready for that. They got to be ready for that.
Thanks.
For real.
So we'll move on to the play-in game that affects your team. Hawks taking out the Heat. The Hawks embarrassed the Heat. I'm gonna call it what it was.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. The Heat. Yeah, they did.
They out-rebounded them 63-39. 21 rebounds for Clint Capella. The Heat just don't have the horses, man.
Dude, Bam Adebayo, he plays like a Drees. He don't play like, Bam. I mean, and shout out to Le Batard's show, because Lord knows, and shout out to Amina Hassan, because, he's the one that started calling him a Drees instead of Bam. It's just like, one thing with Miami, man, they keep holding their hats this season on, we were one shot away from making the NBA Finals. Yet you did nothing to strengthen your team in the offseason. You did nothing to strengthen your team in the offseason. And then the other thing that's crazy about that, if you look at Miami's defense in the regular season, it's so elementary, you know what I'm saying? Somebody brings Gabe Vincent or Strus brings the ball up. Bam sets a screen, then he comes to the free throw line. They kick it to him at the free throw line. He does like a pump fake or some shit. Either takes the shot or goes to the cup. Like, that's their offense, and everything stems off of that. Like, you said something crazy to me. Asked me what you asked me earlier.
Oh, I said y'all won the lottery getting the Hawks over the Heat,
bruh. No, we didn't, because obviously that Atlanta team is coming to play. That Miami team has been tired all year. Now, granted, that Atlanta team has been tired as well, and Atlanta's had some issues, but shit, give Quinn Snyder some freaking props, because Quinn literally turned around that sinking fucking ship, and I just knew that they weren't going to make the playoffs. I don't understand what it is with Trey when it comes to him with these coaches, because he's gotten at least 2 fired so far. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen with him and Quinn, but bruh, I do not think I'd rather have Miami, because I knew Miami would be an easier out. Atlanta was more physical than Miami. They took it to their ass. They did to Miami what Miami does to other teams. They out physical them and they punked them. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, we got a little matchup. We got a little matchup. I'm not worried about them beating us, but we got a little matchup.
But see, my issue with Atlanta in terms of how they match up with y'all is, one, to have your 2 best guys being guards means nothing against the Celtics, because you're going to throw Marcus at them. You're going to throw Derek White at them. You're going to throw Brogdon at them. Yeah. And you also have the size to be physical with them when they try to drive. Mm-hmm. And they also have no answer for JB or JT. No defensive answer for either of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and put it out here now. I see a sweep.
Yeah.
I see a sweep. Yeah. At least with Miami, even when they're not playing their best, they're gonna get up for a matchup like the Celtics.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not, Hawks division opponent that they typically rough up, whatever. But I would have thought that the Heat would have been a tougher matchup just based on the history, as opposed to the Hawks. Again, just looking at the X's and O's of it, man, they'll be able to score here and there, but their strengths don't align with y'all weaknesses at all.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you like this. You're probably right, but I am so not scared of that Miami team. Whatever you would like to put on that series with that game between Chicago and Miami for this final final Eastern Conference playoff spot, I'll give you whatever you want, because I got the Bulls all day.
Oh, we'll get there, but after what I saw from Chicago the past week or two, including last night, right, I don't think Miami's beating them. Not to mention Miami hasn't beaten them at all this season. The Bulls have won all 3 of those games this year, and they've won 2 of them in Miami.
Wow, that's tough.
I don't see Miami coming out. And at that point, Miami, they're gonna have to take a long look in the mirror. They're a team that typically they don't like doing the rebuild thing, they don't like tearing down all that. But where do you go from here if you can't make it out to play in with Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, and Tyler Hero all being locked into big contracts?
Right.
Not to mention paying Kyle Lowry again next year too, and he looks cooked.
Yeah, but it's true. You watch that game though; he was the only one giving them anything. Kyle was the only one giving them anything. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have that one on the bingo card.
Nobody did because Kyle has done nothing all season. But you know, to jump real quick to back to the Boston, Atlanta. I don't see a sweep. I see like maybe a gentleman's sweep. But if we did sweep them, I could see that happening as well. Again, when you're a team that's trying to make a deep playoff run, you have to take care of early opponents quick, and it's really kind of messed up. This is another reason why I don't like y'all. Why I don't like the fakers. Y'all would sweep teams so fast in the early 2000s. Stern was like, "We're not making enough money. Every damn playoff series has to be 7 games now. Every series, not just the finals, the conference finals, not just the semifinals." Every damn round. So it's like, oh shit. So it's more games they got to play. So I just hope they take care of them real quick. But again, man, I'm not worried about it because I'm not a Heat fan, but it's just like I don't understand how they just let that tired team that they had last year that was decent last year, but basically was running on fumes towards the end. And you started off on fumes low-key because you're using basement bin players. You know what I'm saying? You're using dudes from the bottom of the heap.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like, where's your draft picks?
You paid Duncan Robinson, and he can't even get on the court.
Oh.
You starting guys like Caleb Martin, Gabe Vincent, Max Strus is still getting major minutes. Like, it's a lot of duct tape and spit.
It's a lot, bro. That's not like that for real. That's all it is. Like Miami, the Heat look like a fucking broke down Miami boat. Like that's with duct tape and spit on the side of that motherfucker.
Yeah, no yachts for them, G.
Jeez,
no yachts for them.
Oh, raggedy as hell. Where we going next?
So I guess we can go to last night's game, the 9-10 games, which. The Raptors. We'll start here.
Oh,
yes.
Bulls. That game was good. That game was so good.
The Raptors choked it away, man. Just absolute choke job. Shout out to DeMar DeRozan's daughter, causing them to go 18 for 36 from the free throw line.
Shout out to Dior, that little beautiful sister. Remind me of my daughter. I think they probably the same age. When Dior, I don't mean to cut you off.
Oh, you good?
When Dior walked up to her daddy when he was doing the post-game interview, she was like, she went to hug him, and she hugged him like, "Oh, you sweaty." You know what I'm saying? That's the same crap my daughter do me. Oh my God, that's a real little girl right there.
Yeah, she held it down last night north of the border. Yeah. Bulls pulled that one out 109-105. They are now going on to take the Heat in Miami for the AC. You've already kind of called it. I got the Bulls winning that game tomorrow. Zach LaVine looked like a man on a mission last night. 30 points in the second half, 39 for the game.
Man,
DeRozan with a 23-point, 23-piece, no sauce, extra ranch. It's real quick, like, man. So, the Bulls look impressive though. I got it, and they played defense last night that I did not expect them to play in the second half.
No doubt, bro. Like the Bulls look dumb nice. Freaking Zach went supernova on that ass. Like I didn't expect that to happen. Like my man was just taking the game over, you know what I'm saying, by himself and shit. And then DeMar was on the ride chipping in with stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like he late in the game he made that one mistake. I think what was that, a turnover? He let Scotty Barnes get right to the damn cup for that easy layup, which tied the game up. But that was like the only mistake DeMar made late in that game. DeMar was playing his ass off. Again, shout out to Dior Rosen, because that little sister was doing it. She looked amazing. Her voice was really throwing them. Like the Raptors missed how many shots? They missed how many free throws, bro?
After free throws at home.
Bro.
Like, granted, you literally can go back to it on social media, wherever.
Yeah.
She's the only voice you hear.
Yeah, she is. Like literally.
And maybe I guess that's what threw him off. But at the same time, you professional. But 18 for 36 is terrible.
You know what I'm saying? And it's funny how Conley can hit them big time free throws in y'all game to force overtime, but when Pascal's at the line, he can't do the same damn thing. No. You know what I'm saying? Which I get because Conley is more of a veteran than Pascal, even though Pascal has a ring and Mike don't. Mike then drove a bus. You know what I'm saying? He drove a bus for a team. He's done that. He's done that a couple times. Pascal ain't never done it. He's trying to do it in Toronto, and this shit has obviously failed. I think, and the game was so good, it's like Toronto had it and just let it go. And it's like they have lapses on offense and defense, especially defense. I think that the late seconds of that game is a microcosm of their season. Not seconds, but the last a few minutes of that game was a microcosm of their season. You're doing good. Oh, you dropped the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like that's been Toronto almost this whole year. I know it sucks for them. They never really replaced, and I don't even know if they tried. You know what I'm saying? But they never replaced that star or that scoring that they had with Kawhi. And I get it because that was a huge thing to lose. But I mean, damn it, y'all still were a good team. If you would have tried to replace that, you know what I'm saying? You probably could have still been held at the top of the East. You know what I'm saying? But they never really tried to replace that. They thought they could replace it with Pascal because they really thought Pascal was that next dude, and he's not. You know what I'm saying? He's totally not. So that team, what's going to happen with the Raptors? Are they about to blow that up? Is Masai still going to be there? You know what I'm saying?
They have to blow that up. They have to blow that up. Like,
you think so?
Van Fleet's a free agent. I think Gary Trent Jr. has like a player option, so he could decide to go into free agency if he wants to.
What about OG?
I mean, I would trade OG.
You would?
Yeah, I mean, if you were talking about at the trade deadline, teams being willing to give you as much as 3 and 4 first-round picks for OG Anunoby.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that any day of the week. I drive him to the airport. I'll make sure you got an extra passport if you need it. All that. We make sure you're taking care of OG.
I like OG. I just hope that they can figure something out up there because I do like that Raptors team. Is it time to blow it up? It might be. Look like Nick. They talking like Nick Nurse is up out of there.
They talking about he might take the head coaching job in Houston now. They let go of Steven Silas. So
yeah.
I mean,
I don't know why. What's his connection with Houston?
I'm not sure what his connection would be to Houston. I know essentially with Houston, they probably would give him a long-term deal, like 5 years type of deal. So he has some job security there.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't know who that helps. It doesn't really help him going into a team that's rebuilding. And I don't even know that. Granted, he led that Toronto team to a championship, but I feel like a lot more of that was Kawhi putting the team on his back than it was Nick Nurse's X's and O's.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. I don't think it obviously Nick was a huge part of that because you had, and granted Dwayne Casey never got to play, never got to coach Kawhi, but I'm sorry. I've seen Dwayne Casey at 2 different spots right now and do absolutely nothing with good players and decent players in Detroit. So, I got to give Nick props.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely give him his props, but to an extent. So Raptor season is over with. Now on the OKC and New Orleans, crazy game last night, back and forth like hell, honestly. OKC, big win for them, 123-118. And I didn't realize this until somebody said, I think on ESPN or a podcast I was listening to, but before this year, previous to, I guess, 2 years now to play in, no 10 seed had won. Now, up last night, and both of the 10 seeds get wins. So OKC takes it, man. Shea, another 32-point special. Josh Giddey, 31 points, 10 assists, 9 rebounds. Dort popped up with 27 points. That young Thunder team, man, I like them. I like how they play. They scrappy. They've been getting this done all year without a real center after Chet Holmgren got injured to start the season. On the flip side, Pelicans, they've got to be one of the more disappointing teams of the season. Now, granted, Zion got hurt, but Zion's also included in that disappointment because he should be back by now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree with that. I kind of want to before I jump into talking about Pels, like I want to give OKC their props. People have been talking about SGA all season. Like this ain't nothing new with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Like people that just now noticing it because they're just now tuning in for the plan because they think it's the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the deal is. You know, dude has been doing it all season. And, you know, I mean, we could use a few more boards and a few more assists, but I mean, 32, 5, 3, and 3, not bad. Lou Dort, though. Lou Dort, who is not new to this. My man, I just remember him locking the shit up on Harden in the damn bubble, locking Harden ass down. Like, Lou has been cold-blooded, you know what I'm saying? So I love him. And major props to them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have, it's really all starters. They got, nothing from their bench for real. But, man, major props to OKC. Like, again, you know, Giddey with a double-double. They did their thing, and they kind of look like New Orleans looked like it was their game to win, but then, you know, OKC didn't stay out of it. They didn't stay out of it, and New Orleans was not aggressive enough. It was nip and tuck. It was back and forth, but I don't think New Orleans was as aggressive as they needed to be. And another thing too, I don't understand the jump on the Pels thing. I don't know how BI played as well as he did. My man clearly twisted the shit out of his ankle in the first quarter, bro. Like bad.
Yeah, BI's a bad boy, man.
Man, like God bless it. Like the stuff these pro athletes had to subject themselves to. Like that's just like in normal days. Shoot, just about a few years ago, you out a week or so dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? Like now, but no, nowadays Pat Mahomes can win a Super Bowl off of it, and Brandon Ingram can play a damn playing game with it. It looked like nothing wrong.
When he dropped 30.
Well, like right, what was his stat line? Shit, damn 36, 6 and 7. Like that's pretty damn good for somebody with a twisted ankle.
Hey, he went and bought out of just hell. The rest of the team didn't come with him, bro. Like CJ McCollum kind of stuck it up, but he came out today. I think he said he had like a torn labrum that he was playing with.
Yo, real talk, man. Let me say something about this CJ dude. Okay, I'm not gonna tear his ass up. I ain't gonna do all that. I could do it, but I ain't gonna do it. But I don't like the fact that, and this. I'm about to implicate two people that maybe ain't got too much to do with this. But I don't like the fact that Lillard catches heat for staying in Portland, staying loyal to them, and being with them, and being and winning as much as he could there with the team that they gave him. And he has to catch hell because the best thing they gave him was this dude, CJ McCollum, who we obviously see can't really do it. But the person they never talk shit about like that, who should get it, who is literally playing just for the money, is Bradley Beal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm talking about two people who ain't got shit to do with what we talking about. But, and because they sitting at home just like we are. But Brad Beal, good God, man! Like, where is the attention to detail? Where's the urgency to win? Where is the you want it? Where's the drive? No, I don't see it. All I see you getting $500, $600 million from the Wiz because they're not that smart. Like I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
You mentioned Brad, and I saw his I guess his end of the season press conference or exit interview. He mentioned being frustrated in Washington.
He ain't frustrated.
I feel like if he really wanted to leave, he could have made that. Could have been gone.
He could have been left.
He could have been gone, man. And you know what? I'm not gonna knock you for taking the bread because who's to say if I was in the league that I wouldn't feel the same way? Who's to say?
Right.
At the same time, you can't come out here and voice your frustrations when you've now had a couple times both. Whether you wanted to ask for a trade or via free agency, you had a couple times.
Like, bro, talk about it. And it's so lame. It's like Dame at least tells you, I want to be here. I want to win. Like, you know, I get. It's not just with me. It's not just about championships. It's other things that come with basketball too. But Brad has to put on this fucking show of, the organization, and I'm upset, and I might leave, and then can I get some more money? Okay, I'll stay. Like, dude, shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? But I just to bring it back to what we're supposed to be talking about. It's just CJ, man. Yeah, you're probably dealing with something, but guess what, CJ? You're always dealing with something, man. Always. You're always dealing with something. You dealing with something damn near more than CP3 is. So I mean, man, come on, bro.
Yeah, like, I mean that has been a problem for him. One slight nitpick I have also is I understand trying to gut through it. Mm-hmm. But don't tell us you playing through the torn labor after you had the bad game now when you could have told us that you was going to gut through it beforehand.
Right.
I get being there and trying to be there for your teammates. Totally commend that.
Well, you know what, though? I want to just say something real quick and cut you off. I push back a little bit on this. I get why sometimes athletes say it after the fact. Now, it sounds like they just covering their ass. But if you don't want to tell the media that ahead of the game because they'll be attacking whatever is wrong with you, or they'll be like, he said he's dealing with something, attack him. You know what I'm saying?
It's a little bit of game. I can get CJ that then. I can give him that. So now OKC Minnesota is going to be our game for the AC.
Right.
Rudy Gobert actually came out and said he might miss this game tomorrow as well.
Why?
He's got back spasms.
That
sounds to me. Look.
Wow.
Sounds real dog ate my homework. Like, I'm just saying. I'm gonna call it.
Oh, for real? Sounds like some Babbage to you.
So, because my thing is, this is a literally win or go home game.
Joe is.
Y'all lose this game, y'all out. There's no playoffs for y'all.
Yeah.
Not to mention, this is a team that traded 4 first-round picks for you and a Rookie of the Year candidate.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Granted, they suspended you, which, to be fair, Kyle Anderson called me a bitch. I'm probably going to steal off on him, too.
Mm-hmm.
Totally understand him.
Yeah.
But they suspend you after all that. He probably like, y'all didn't want me for the first playing game. Now y'all need me. Maybe my back is a little tight. Maybe
I feel you. If that
the dog ate my homework like to me.
I can see you saying that, and I can see how you would draw that maybe somewhat conclusion. But I'm gonna tell you like this: if he's doing some shit like that, you're acting like what Kyle Anderson said you was, like, because that's just weak as shit. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, I wouldn't have suspended you. If I'm the president, if I'm Tim Connolly or whatever it is, vice president of basketball ops, I'm sitting y'all down like men and having y'all either box it out or talk it out like men. I'm not doing this suspending bullshit. So that's just me. But if you want to take it personal that they did that, that's on you, bro, because you the one that messed up. You know what I'm saying? And to me, like, you didn't even hit dude that hard. You didn't hit him in the face. You hit him like in the chest. You know what I'm saying? Upper chest.
Yes,
but again. Right, you know what I'm saying, in the shoulder. But again, you can't be on some dog ate my homework type shit or trying to find an excuse not to go to work. You got to take your ass to work. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're pissed off, you got to take your ass to work. But I'll be honest with you, if they don't have him and or get Nas Reed back, and I don't think they get Nas Reed back, and they definitely ain't getting Jaden McDaniels back. That fool totally tore his hand up by hitting the wall. I don't know who's gonna stop SGA in that paint. Who's gonna stop people coming into that paint? You know what I'm saying? Dort gonna come in there crazy. Like Dort, I don't know what it is about Dort. I love his game. He reminds me of if Old Dirty Bastard played basketball. Like that's Lou Dort. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, if Old Dirty play ball, like that, I don't know why. Shit, make sure that's a clip right there. Chop that up. Clip.
Yeah, for sure. You got to send that one out to the socials, dog. But,
you know what I mean? Like, but he played like that. You know what I mean? I love his game. Like, shit.
No, but I think OKC is live for this one, man. It's in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That crowd will be, a little rowdy for them. I would say that I expect Anthony Edwards to have a better game, but if Dort's going to be the man defending him, it might get a little, tough.
Yeah.
But if we see Karl Anthony Towns be able to go start to finish in this game the way that he was able to start in the first half against the Lakers, they might be in good shape.
Right.
Again, home crowd behind him. It's going to be a tight one regardless.
Yeah.
I like the Thunder, though, man. I ain't going to lie. My gut is telling me that they'll be able to pull off the slight upset.
Okay, I hear you, and that definitely makes sense. I'm gonna go OKC only if Gobert does not play. And the reason why I say that is because it just takes a load off of everybody if Gobert is out there. Like, everybody can do what they want to do. Pat don't have to worry about the paint. Ant don't have to worry about, trying to help defend down there. What is it? Kyle Anderson. Like, it just so many other people can do what they want to do in freelance and do their main thing that they don't have to worry about stuff when Rudy's in there. So if Rudy does not play, I give it to OKC. If he plays, I give it to Minnesota. I think they saw how close they came to winning that game against y'all. They're a better team than a lot of people thought they are. They just haven't been whole. They have a great squad. You know what I'm saying? I think if they had their three guys that are out right now, Reed, McDaniels and Gobert, shit, they might come out and get a round or two in these playoffs this year. But if they're missing those, so I don't know. But I'm definitely going. I'm only going OKC if Gobert does not play.
Well, that'll wrap it up for the play-in game.
Yeah.
Now, on to the real show.
Oh, yes.
Real show.
What we really here for.
Yeah, the playoff series predictions. Now, we kind of ran through our quick talks or thoughts on the 2-7 matchups, Celtics and Hawks and Lakers Grizzlies.
Hold on, and before you jump off that real quick, do you and I just want to say this before we get done with the play-ins, I just want to go back to the Pels real quick. Do you blame Zion? Because I'm sick of seeing this headline to me is stupid. But do you blame Zion not playing for them losing?
No, because I think there was a good chance going into that game that they would have lost, like, regardless. So my thing with Zion is this. He made some comment the other day about, he's actually healthy, but he doesn't 100% feel like Zion. I get all that. But you can't say that to the media and expect people not to take it the way of you're trying to get out of playing.
Word.
You can't word it that way. Because I also understand from his perspective why he might be like, all right, look, I've been missing all this time with a hamstring. The first game y'all want me to come back is essentially a playoff game for us. That might be asking a lot as far as potential like risk of re-injury, right?
Yeah.
But I do think there's an aspect of, again, if you are 100% able to play, you should play. Now, David Griffin kind of walked that back a little bit, said he hadn't got medically cleared yet. So who knows what the real truth is there.
David Griffin sounded like he was on some bullshit.
Griffin sound like he trying to protect the house, basically.
Yes, he is. He good at it too.
Yeah, for sure. So he kind of walked that back. But I think with or without Zion, they probably was gonna lose that game. Because outside of that, they still missing guys like Alvarado. Hell, Valanciunas went down during that game.
Yes.
Outside of their starters, they don't really have a whole lot coming off the bench for you as far as guys who can really keep you in a playoff game.
Right.
No.
What was the deal with Alvarado too? They need him.
I'm not sure what his injury is, but he's been out for a few weeks at this point. So this ain't like a new thing, but that was definitely a guy, like energy guy, defense guy, like that's somebody that they really could have used in a matchup last night against somebody like Shea, who's going to be, controlling the game every which way. They could have really used that extra guard defender. And I mean, like I said too, shout out to Josh Giddey. I didn't know he had 31 points in that type of fashion in him.
Right, 100%. Yo, so true, and I think I just wanted to throw that at you because I don't like how Zion gets blamed for a lot of shit because everybody wanted him to be the one coming out of Duke. And since since his body has kind of betrayed him a little bit, he hasn't been that. And then people are saying side comments that I don't really agree with. So I just want to get your take on that. But feel free to jump into these playoff series because that's what I'm on.
And real quick, just before we move off of that, I think we, as fans, as media, there's always a rush to get the next LeBron or the next Jordan or comparison to those greats.
Always.
Anybody who watched Zion play at Duke can tell you that he was not going to be LeBron.
Right.
Totally different skill sets, totally different type of player. Exciting nonetheless.
Totally different.
But totally different. Mm-hmm. And so to continue to try to hammer that comparison home just off of the hype,
right,
was reckless from the media, and it's also reckless for the fans who try to really get into that, oh, he should have been getting compared to LeBron, that type of thing. Mm-hmm. All of it's silly all around, but at the end of the day, I think Zion, when he's on the court, is very special. He just got to do better at staying on the court.
He does.
Yeah. So playoff time, man.
Get it.
We'll go back to the East here. We both got the Celtics. We both got the Celtics coming out against the Hawks, whether it be sweep, gentleman sweep, whatever.
Yeah, right.
Series. Question for you.
Yeah. I like between
Bulls and Heat, do you see either of them having a chance against Milwaukee?
Okay. The only team I think that would have a chance against Milwaukee would definitely be the Bulls because Miami's done and they're on fumes. I think the Bulls, the only way the Bulls could do something with them is if they just can keep up with them. If they can keep up with that pace in Milwaukee, or even better, keep the game at their pace. Because Milwaukee has it at a certain pace. Chicago goes up a little octave over that. You know what I'm saying? So if they can keep it at their pace to see if Milwaukee can keep up with them, then I give them a great chance in that series.
Yeah. See, me, I said the same thing. If it's the Heat, I see the Bucks sweeping that. I don't think Miami got anything from Milwaukee. I think the Bulls can take a game or two. I don't see them winning the series, but I definitely think they could put a little bit of pressure on Milwaukee that Miami just can't at this point.
Oh yeah, because Milwaukee is good for choking away a couple games that they should have already had and losing focus, just like other teams. You know what I'm saying? Just like who was doing it, like Toronto. They are good for being in the game, kicking ass, lose focus. And they don't do it that often. That's why they're the number one team in the league. But they can do that, lose focus, and then the other team comes in and steals it from them. Oh yeah,
hell yeah. So got top two seeds moving on. 3-6 matchup in the East, which I also think could probably be a quick series. 76ers versus Nets. I'm just upset that we didn't get this last year. Why couldn't we get this when the teams was actually beefing? You had James Harden going from Brooklyn to Philly. Yeah. You had Ben Simmons going from Philly to Brooklyn. We could have had a lot more discussion, a lot more excitement out of this series then. Whereas now, Joel Embiid's probably just going to go for 40 every game and get them out of there in 4 or 5.
Well, you know what? You couldn't have it last year. You couldn't have it last year because Brooklyn wasn't good enough. You know what I'm saying? Like,
true.
That has been Brooklyn's problem since they let KD and Kyrie take over their franchise. They just haven't been good enough in every way. I think them coming over wasn't even the dumbest thing. The dumbest thing, you know what the dumbest thing Brooklyn did? Besides letting them two in their organization, but the dumbest thing that Brooklyn did was letting them get rid of Kenny Atkinson. When Kenny Atkinson got kicked out of there and they didn't want it, and Kenny was a hell of a coach and coached his ass off of them when they were down in that bubble when Kyrie didn't want to play and KD did. To me, I thought that was asinine. So
crazy. And I think Kenny's probably gonna get a job somewhere this offseason.
He should.
I think he should.
Kenny Atkinson is a hell of a coach. He is a damn good coach. So to me, that was the beginning and end for their dumbass. So that's why we couldn't get that last year. But this year, though, we've talked about this on the show. I've said it. You've agreed with me. This is the most serious Philly team we've ever seen. This is the most serious Philly team. This Philly team looks almost as serious as the 01 76ers. To me. You know what I'm saying? They almost look that serious.
I can't disagree.
You know what I'm saying?
Disagree.
They look They look businesslike, and they look like they about it. They're not for the bullshit.
Yeah.
But Brooklyn is an upstart with young, good ass dudes with no shackles on them. You know what I'm saying? Because Jacques knows what he has. He has a young lion, so he letting them cats out. So I don't know. I see Philly. Philly better not take Brooklyn lightly.
No,
I got Philly in this series. Don't take Brooklyn lightly. Don't think you're gonna come in there and sweep their ass, because Brooklyn may mess around. They may also fuck around and find out type shit with because you'll fuck around with Brooklyn and you find out you be in a goddamn 7-game series and shit, it's the first round. Like, man,
shit. Now my only real counter for that is if Nick Claxton get in foul trouble. I guess they got Sharp to throw at Embiid, but can James Harden have a full playoff series without a slip up? We still need to see that.
Oh, that's Jamie Harden. He ain't. That's Jamie. That's what Jamie do.
And can one Glenn Doc Rivers have a playoff series without coaching mistakes? That's really.
Shout out to my boy Don Dropper out in LA. He loves when I call Harden Jamie because he knows it, and he refuses to call. He is a Clipper fan, so he refuses to call Doc. He calls that man, like you just said, Glenn Rivers. So yeah, shout out to Don. Yeah, man. Again. Can they do those things? I hope so, but
now also the thing to watch for me for Brooklyn is this Mikal Bridges thing real as far as him being able to go get you 25 and 30 consistently?
Oh, I think so. I think so. Go ahead.
No, because if it is, then this does start to get real interesting as a series, because with Philly having Embiid and Harden, somebody from Brooklyn is going to have to guarantee you that type of game night in and night out.
Yeah.
And Mikal can do that for you. They've got the role guys in place to at least hang around with Philly.
Heck yeah. And then you got Cam. Cam ain't no slouch. He can give you 20, 25. Like Cam Johnson is cold-blooded. So, and then another thing too, if you're right, after Claxton, they don't really have much for Embiid. But one thing I could see Jacques doing is just like, you know what, let Embiid do his thing. We'll just stop everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Because we can't do too much with him. Let him get off, and we'll just shut everybody else down.
Yeah, and you do have
Mikal
Bridges to throw at Harden too. So
you said what?
You got Bridges to put on Harden one-on-one as a defender, whereas
a
lot of teams don't have that luxury.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you like this: in the playoffs, you can put a feather on Jamie Harden. You can lock his ass up. You can lock his ass up with a motherfucking feather. With a feather.
Hey, look, James Harden is gonna have a 2-4-11 in him somewhere.
Oh yeah,
this round or the next.
He
does it every playoffs. He's gonna have a stinker in him at some point.
He gonna have one when he back in. Say what?
They just better hope it stalls for a second.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's gonna have one when he back in Houston too after this season. His old whack ass. That dude. I'm gonna tell you right now, if Philly is smart, but they're not, because I mean the owner. Well, I ain't gonna say what I was gonna say. I was gonna diss Meek Mill. I ain't gonna diss Meek Mill just because you Philly. But if the owner is smart, he would. After this season, when the shit like implodes, not implodes, but just it doesn't work out. If he don't fire Daryl Morey, he's just a plumb idiot. Like Daryl Morey, I don't understand how Daryl Morey gets job after job after. It's got to be white privilege or some shit, or maybe he has something on the NBA that we don't know about. It's some spy shit. That dude is such a fucking bum. Like he does not understand how basketball works. He just thinks, I'm gonna just go off of straight analytics, and I'm gonna use numbers, and that's all I'm gonna do, and that's gonna win. It has not worked out for you, dog. Has it worked out for Billy Bean in baseball? No, it ain't gonna work out for you, Maury. Like Jesus.
Yes, the money ball strategy can only take you so far, as we saw Houston bang their head against the ceiling a couple times when he was there. So, I think it's 5, maybe 6 though. I'll give the 76ers this series. It's the second round where, they might have to see the Celtics, and that might be one of those old school Celtics 76ers type series that we've been, we accustomed to. So
we'll kick their ass too.
Yeah. Last series in the East, Cavs and Knicks. Which
yes, sleeper series that's going to be dope.
I think it's going to be a dog fight.
Yeah.
Dog fight.
Well, here's it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to mention real quick. Julius Randle, though, is out probably to start this series.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Now, because I know he got that injury late in the year. What is the injury and how bad is it?
So I believe, don't 100% quote me on it, but I believe it's a high ankle sprain.
Okay.
So
it shouldn't be that long with that. We just talked about that. NBA players come back from them like it's nothing now.
Yeah, but I think I didn't see the injury before. What I heard, it looked like it was worse than what it turned out to be, type of deal.
Okay.
So, I think he's probably going to try to give it a go. He's listed as doubtful for game 1. Of course, we still got a couple days before Saturday. My thought is that he probably misses maybe the first game or 2 in Cleveland, but plays starting game 3 in New York.
Wow. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. If New York wants that game to be any type of series, any type of competitiveness, he better get his big ass back there ASAP, because those Cleveland Cavaliers, man, I saw them in person this year when I went out to Cleveland for a game versus my C's, and they know how to keep themselves in games that they have no business being in. The old Cavs would not be in those games, and those would be definite L's for them. This Cavs team knows how to stay in games that, damn, y'all still playing? Okay. Like they know how to do it now. Shout out to Bickerstaff Jr. They've really bought into what he's talking about. Dude's been there for a minute. He's NBA pedigree. His dad coaching the league for a minute, you know what I'm saying? And Bickerstaff Jr. is, picking up the mantle. And I wanted him to succeed, but I wasn't sure because he was with Cleveland for so long. It was so crappy. I was just like, oh, okay, man, he might just be what is it? A family hire, you know what I'm saying? What is it called? He might just be a nepotism hire, you know what I'm saying? We just hired him because of his dad, you know what I'm saying? But they're actually doing good this year. The Cavs are no joke. The Cavs beat us. Shit, they beat us every time we played them except for once. You know what I'm saying?
I want to say you have like both the best defensive rating this year and the best net rating of all teams. Which that's typically like you a legit championship contender.
That's what I'm saying.
So my gut is if Randall is healthy, which it doesn't sound like he's going to be for the full series. If Randall was healthy game 1 all the way through, I probably would say like Cavs in 6 or 7. But if he doesn't play them first 2 and they go up 2-0, this might be over in 5.
Right.
This might be over in 5 because I mean, you got Donovan Mitchell lighting it up. You got Darius Garland setting everybody up.
Yeah.
Jared Allen, Evan Mobley locking it down in the paint. You got everything you need. At least for this series.
Yeah.
It could definitely be quick if Randall's not there, but if he is there, this could make it. It's definitely going to be the best series in the Eastern Conference first round. I think all the other ones are going to be short.
I think so. I think it's going to be the best series for the East and the West. But man, that sack Golden State might be pretty good too, though. But so another thing,
you're going right where I'm headed, bro.
I already know, right, bro. I already know. But what was the thing that I just had? With that series, this is what I was doing when I was in Cleveland. I made it my mission to ask the fans in the arena. Beautiful arena too. Rocket Mortgage.
Yeah, Rocket Mortgage.
Oh my, bruh, it is amazing. Like that mug looks literally brand new. They got a sports book in the arena, Josh.
Oh,
they have a Caesars in the freaking arena. Like Cleveland is not fucking around. Like
look at Dan Gilbert bringing the property value back up.
You said what?
Look at Dan Gilbert bringing the property value back.
You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Dan Gilbert taking Adam Silver's advice, because Adam Silver said years ago he wanted gambling in sports, in basketball, and damn it if he ain't got it. And everybody done followed his ass. Every league done followed him after he said it, because they pushing for it. I was shocked by it, like damn. And bro, I didn't see it until the game was over. If I saw it ahead of time, I sure would have placed a bet. Got to. Yeah, which makes no sense to me. Like gambling's legal in Ohio, but cannabis ain't. But you know what I'm saying? We're not on high off the glass, right? Well, we kind of on high off the glass because I'll bring a cannabis conversation out some shit. But I made it my mission to ask Cavs fans, whose team is this? Whose team is it? You know what I'm saying? Because I think that's the only thing that can derail them from being up on the level of Philly, Boston, and in Milwaukee. Is whose team is it? Because it was Garland's team last year. Yep. Now since Spider's there, is the Spiders team. And I'll be honest with you, it was 50-50 the answers I got. And I asked a gang of people. And it was like half was Spider, half was Garland. And they, you know what I'm saying? So that may be a problem down the road.
Yeah, now it definitely can present itself as a problem as long as they on the same page though how they've been this season. I mean, again, at least for this series,
right?
I don't see them having too much issue. Now, you know, one of them is gonna have to guard Jalen Brunson, which can be a little bit of a task. But you know, I think Cleveland they got enough around them to defensively to be able to handle that. So,
but one thing I will say though. And this is because I watched a bunch of Cavs games this year because I watched some last year because I was impressed with him. So I watched them this year with the addition of Spider. And Darius does not look as, I don't want to say confident, but he doesn't look as dominant as he did last year because he's deferring more. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't get them shots like when we played them in Cleveland, he barely shot the ball. Like, he didn't take that many shots, you know what I'm saying? And he didn't hit any until late, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was kind of cold. Like, late in the game is when he hit some crucial-ass shots. And the majority of the shots were taken by Spider. So, again, it goes back to my point. Like, you know, I think the Knicks, if they get Randall back, I think they know how to play with Randall in Brunson. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the Knicks definitely know how to play with just one dude in Brunson. You know what I'm saying? So, they going to be all right. Will the Cavs, you know, be able to navigate that right between, you know, you go Spider, you go Darius, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's just like Spider. All right, Darius, take this little corner three.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot. It's swayed a lot more towards Donovan, especially as the season went on. I think they'll be able to figure it out, though. Garland is the type of guard. He's got a high basketball IQ, obviously. Mm-hmm. And I think he's unselfish enough to know, okay, hey, I got to pick my spots, but if I do it right, we can go as far as we need to go.
Yes, yeah, very true.
Very true. Now to the Western Conference, man.
Hold on, but who'd you pick? Who'd you pick in that?
I got Cavs in that one either way.
You got Cavs in that?
Yeah, I'll say to play it safe. I'll say Cavs in 6 in case Randall does come back.
I'm looking at it right now. Look at my sheet. Okay, who did I have for Philly? Yeah, I had Philly. I had Philly over Brooklyn. Man, I don't, bruh. You know, I guess I got to go Cleveland, especially with Julius being out. So, yep.
We both got the Cavs in that one too. So, yep. You taking the Lakers over Memphis, right? I'm gonna go Lakers in 6.
We already know where you going. You want to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah. I would love it to be over in 5, but I'm gonna take the Lakers in 6.
It's definitely ain't gonna be no 5. Yeah, I'll take y'all in 7.
Okay.
I'll take y'all in 7.
Okay. Now these last two, man, these are going to be the real show in the Western Conference. We'll start with Kings Warriors. We mentioned it on Half the Glass my last time on there. The Kings breaking their 17-year, 16-season-long playoff streak or drought. I'm sorry. Them fans probably gonna be going nuts.
The beam will be lit for the game over.
Oh my gosh! But the Warriors, of course, they have been terrible on the road all season. Only 9 or 10 road wins the entire regular season.
Right.
But if we know anything about the Warriors, they are battle tested. They've seen all that the playoffs can throw at you.
Right.
They are fully healthy now. Andrew Wiggins will be in action in game 1. I gotta take the Warriors, but I'm gonna be honest, man. I don't feel good about it.
I know you don't. You don't feel good about it because no NBA champion in the following season defending their chip has had a worse road record than this team. Nobody has. So that's why you don't feel good about it. And also, too, you're dealing with they're playing a Sacramento team who is young, fast, hungry and good. So, excuse me, I 100% get why you're not sure about it. It's just, to me, it's I wanted. We talked about this on the last High Off the Glass too, man. Like, I wanted to say, I said it already earlier in the season, and I wanted to stick with it, but I just couldn't. Yeah, and I told you, when I see this Warriors team here late in the season, it reminds me of the damn Rudy T in '95. Never ever doubt the heart of a champion. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen them have big time games in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, big time games on the road this season. Go to Memphis and shut Memphis up. You know what I'm saying? I want to say, what's this? Because I think they won maybe once in Sacramento, or did they win?
Yeah, they won once in Sacramento also.
Won once in Sacramento this year. What is it? I want to say, I think they won in LA. What is it? I mean, in big time games, the Dubs still know how to turn it on. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sugar. I'm going to go with them too, but you know what I'm saying? I don't feel good about it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Warriors and 6, man. I think if they are going to take it, they definitely need to do it at home. At Game 6 at home in this series. So I am excited to see what the Kings got, though, because I know they're still going to be able to play at a high level. It's just when you can't defend, you can't get stops. Right. It's hard to win playoff series. Right.
All day, every day. So I like, how are you going to stop what is it, Sacramento? Because De'Aaron Fox goes a million miles an hour. So how you gonna stop him from going to that cup? Luckily they got Wiggs back. They got Wiggs.
Which is crazy to think about. That might have to be the primary defender on him.
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. But to me, how game ready is Wiggs even gonna be? My man is rusty. He ain't played in a minute.
So I don't, and of course I don't want to speculate on the situation that he was dealing with while he was out. We've seen rumors across all kinds of spectrums on the internet. Glad whatever was going on, he was able to get through it.
Praise God.
I thought, though, that he would have at least played 1 or 2 regular season games, though.
Right.
To come just right back in the fire game 1, that seems like we asking a lot of him.
Yeah. So, okay, and I think that's stupid. And I'm gonna tell you right now, game 1, Sacramento's gonna take that, and I'm gonna go place that bet. Sacramento's taking game 1. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen the line on the game yet, but if Sacramento's the underdog, I definitely recommend that. If they're the underdogs at home, definitely take that.
Yes.
Now, Suns Clippers, which
shit.
It's a lot of damn storylines. Across this one. You got Chris Paul going to his former team. You've got the whole him versus Russell Westbrook thing. They got traded for each other a couple years ago. You got Kawhi versus KD in a matchup we didn't get to see in 2019 in the finals because KD got hurt. You also have, this is a rematch of the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago from when the Suns went. It's a lot going on.
Whoa. So when the Suns went to the Western Conference Finals, when they played
Milwaukee, this was their Western Conference Finals opponent. The Clippers.
And they played at the Clippers?
Yeah. Crazy, right? The Clippers, the one trip to the Western Conference Finals ever was in 2022.
Oh, wow. I forgot about that.
Or 2021, I'm sorry. So it's a lot going on in this series, and I love every bit of it, though, man. And I think it's one of those styles make fights kind of matchups, right?
No doubt.
I think the Clippers, if they're going to have a chance, is going to be because they're the much deeper team. But I think when you think about the Suns and them being able to roll out KD and Book with no Paul George to start the series, I don't know what the Clippers are going to be able to do to offset that, man. Because KD, again, he's only played 8 games for the Suns.
Right.
They've not lost in those 8 games.
Right.
And him and Booker have shown they can both go for 30 a night if they need to. So I'm going to take the Suns. I think it's going to be a long series, though. I could see this one going 7.
Okay, I think this is definitely can be a long series. It's going to go 6 or 7. I got maybe 6 games. I think six or 7. I got 6. I'm gonna go 6 just to be different, and I'm going the opposite way, bro. I'm going with Clips.
Man.
I'm going with the Clips, and I'm going with the Clips because of this. The Clips, besides Boston, are the deepest freaking team in this playoff. Like their bench is stupid. Like their bench is stupid. Their starters are dope. I mean, it'd be a whole lot better if PG was there, but I think PG might make it back maybe game 3. And are they going to need PG to win this series? You damn right they're going to need him. But I just don't believe in a NBA playoff team that literally just got thrown together like yesterday's Kool-Aid. Like they just got thrown together and just mixed in a pitcher with some water and some sugar and some cold water. And was like, yep, we're gonna win ourselves a championship. Like I get it, the new owner of Phoenix, he coming in hot. My man just, it just oozes Mikhail Prokhorov with his dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? Like the new owner of Phoenix. Like, bro, are you his cousin? Like, bro, because you're doing the same shit that he did. Like, but the only thing that's different is the superstar that he gave up so much for does still have a little more tread on the tires. But the only thing with KD is that, dude, you're an injury-prone superstar. That's what you are.
To call it what it is. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you are at this point. And the other thing that should give Suns fans pause, and I heard on NBA TV yesterday, the Suns announcer, the guy's been doing it for, I guess a good 50, 60 years with the team. He's scared of their health. He's so worried about, can they stay healthy? Because to me, you got an injury-prone superstar in KD backed up by 2 other injury-prone stars. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I think the Clippers are hungry. I think they're pissed off. I think, I kind of didn't like that, what's his face? Jerry Jackson all on somebody's podcast. I'm with JJ Redick, bitch ass. I'm so sick of fucking JJ Redick. I'm really done with that dude. Fuck him and everything he's about. Never liked Joe asked you what to do. But what is it? Except JT, we love you, JT. What is it? Shoot, damn it, I lost my train of thought. What was I just saying?
Oh, when you said the Suns and just kind of whipping the team together.
Yeah, whipping the team together. I just don't think it'll work. And with the Clips. Teron Lue was on JJ Redick's podcast and talked about how he missed funerals this year in the state of Missouri because the team was losing and he wanted to be with his guys and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I think also, too, the addition of Russell Westbrook will be huge. I think he can fill in that gap to help out Kawhi when PG is not there. And again, that bench is ridiculous. I mean, like I just like. I mean, hold up. I just want to look at these people. When does that series start? I think it starts on Sunday.
No, I think it should be Saturday. It should be Saturday with all the other 4, 5, 3, 6 matchups.
Actually, it is. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's 7:00 Sunday.
Oh,
game 1 is 7:00 Sunday. And actually, I'm sorry. Wait, that's the 16th. Oh, good. Okay, because Celtics play on Saturday. I thought Celtics played on Sunday. Good. Celtics play on Sunday. So that series is a Sunday series. Yep. Sunday at 7 p.m. And damn it, I can't get their roster. Where's their roster at? They show me these people roster. And look, the series hasn't even started yet. And it's for Phoenix. Bismack Biyombo, who is, he's a bench player, but he's they're going to need him game time decision. KD already game time decision. Cameron Payne, game time decision. TJ Warren, who probably is not going to play much, game time decision. How is KD a game time decision already? like Josh. Yeah. I don't know, bro. You may want to rethink that pick.
If he suits it up, though, man, look, I think it's gonna take 6 or 7 games for whoever's gonna win it.
Yeah.
I do think Russ can help the Clippers, but I also think Russ can shoot them out of a couple games, man. Especially that trash talk getting going between him and CP. You know, he going against his former teammate and Kevin Durant.
Right.
You know that Russ once his head is out of it, it's gone.
Yeah.
Reeling Russ in.
Yeah.
And if he take you.
I disagree. I don't mean to cut you off, and I'm just gonna say this real quick. I think Russ has learned from that crap, and especially him losing his dream of playing for his hometown Fakers. What is it? I think he is refocused and regalvanized with the Clips. I think he won't fall for that crap. I really don't. Because how good would it be for him to knock out KD with this wannabe makeshift ass team that he got? You know what I'm saying?
Would be amazing for him. I imagine that's probably going to be just as good as winning a championship for him.
For real.
I would be loving that, having now them being separated for so long, but obviously still having that connection. You know, people always talk about how Russ was holding him back and all this other stuff. Bullshit. Russ was nothing more than to go ahead and put KD out the playoffs, do the whole rock the baby thing. You know why?
Buddy.
Nothing more. I just got to see it, but I think this is going to be a great series. We got a great first round on our hands. Man.
We do. Talk about it.
Especially in the West, I think all of those series are going to be must see. Maybe with the exception of whoever Denver gets. I think Denver, if they are the team that people think that they are, they should be able to get Minnesota or OKC out of here in like 5 or 6 games.
Bro, I just want to. Usually, the first round is not that good a round. It's usually, be honest with you, quite shitty. But this year, with how open the championship, the finals are, that's why this round is good, because anybody could, come out of it that we don't see. It's just and major props to whoever, I don't know who came up with the play-in tournament for the NBA, but I know that person somewhere sitting rich.
Oh yeah,
rich on a beach.
Sitting free.
Oh my God! If it wasn't for, the play-in, everybody has bought into the play-in except the Mavericks. Oh, sorry ass. Like everybody has bought in. Like I had to do it. Yeah. Everybody, that's a clip. Everybody has bought in. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, major props to the NBA for a play-in tournament. One thing I don't want to see though, and please use this as a clip, Josh and Mr. Silver. Hear me now. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close up. Mr. Silver, hear me. Hear me, Mr. Silver. Do not, I repeat, do not have an in-season, in the middle of the season for no damn reason tournament. Do not do it. Do not do it. It will be stupid. You think you'll make money? All you'll do is get players hurt that's not going to be able to play for a championship, and teams and fans will hate you. Don't do it, Silver. Don't do it.
They already got it penciled into their collective bargaining agreement, man.
They do.
It's on the way. They don't know. They haven't announced which season is going to happen yet, but the in-season tournament is probably happening.
I don't understand why they think like this isn't hockey. This isn't soccer. Like we don't go for that European bullshit. Like the I think it's called the President's Cup or some shit, or the President's Trophy or something in hockey.
Do the Commissioner's Cup or something like that. I think that's what the WNBA calls it.
Nobody gives a shit who wins that. Nobody. Come on. Like nobody cares. I don't. This is literally just them to try to get more money. But you have more money with the play-in tournament. You don't need this because all is going to happen. And we know what this is. We can see it coming a mile away. LeBron, JT, Joker, Giannis, somebody is going to get hurt big time in that tournament, in that midseason bullshit that means absolutely nothing. It cannot play for a championship that year. Yeah. Way to go. You know what? Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it, NBA. Do that damn tournament. Watch when that shit happens and the shit gets shut down. Stupid.
Yeah, I don't like it. I think they should just shorten the regular season and find some other way to. Well, I guess now the counterbalance to that too is that they gonna have the minimum games played for the postseason awards regular season awards. So,
but again, and that somewhat shortens the season for the big time players. I mean, you only got to do 65 of those games. And they have exceptions built in for players to still qualify for regular season awards if they miss one of those 65. So maybe that's them cutting the season now. Shoot.
We're gonna see though, man. I'm excited for the playoffs now. Before we get out of here, you gotta give me your finals prediction on wax. Who you got going to the NBA finals?
Oh, wow, man. Josh, I love being on your show. I cannot wait to be on Price Check again so we can sit down and chop this up for real. My NBA Finals prediction, of course, these cats come out the East. That's it. It's a given. And you know what? I said it at the start of the season, and I had them in the Western Conference Finals in the start of the season, and they're here now. So I'm not going to leave them until they ain't there no more. I'm riding with the Clips. I am, bro. It's just like, come on, man. If the sexy pick for everybody and their mama right now is the damn y'all in Phoenix. It's just I just can't see it. I can't see it. And I'm not jumping on the same bandwagon as everybody else. No.
Yeah. Now, of course, if we're talking about the Eastern Conference, I've said for most of the year that this is Milwaukee's title to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love how they ended the season, but I'm going to stand by that prediction in the Eastern Conference.
Mm-hmm.
Take Milwaukee.
Tripping.
The one thing that I can give Milwaukee this year is that they did luck out in being able to see either Boston or Philly and not having to go through both. Because that second round, if we get Boston and Philly, that's going to be a dogfight for somebody.
Oh yeah.
So they lucked out in avoiding one of those two teams. And I just think with how they've been able to come together, how they've kind of gotten a roster together around their big three, I think that's the finals team. It's probably going to take a 6 or 7 game conference finals to get them there.
Are they still a big three though? Because Middleton is not there.
I think when it matters, Middleton is going to be there.
Okay.
When it matters, Middleton is going to be there. He played enough this regular season. He didn't look great, but I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt at this point. I think Milwaukee comes out of the East, and I'm gonna take the Lakers to come out the West, dog.
Of course you is. It makes sense.
Part of it is my hope being in the second round of the Western Conference, we get Denver, Phoenix, and Lakers, Warriors.
Wait, say that again. You want one in the Western Conference?
I want in the second round. I need Denver and Phoenix, and I need Lakers and Warriors. That would be ideal for me in the Western Conference. Because if we can get to the Warriors, I'll take our chances. And after that, if we can beat Golden State in this type of year, we can beat anybody.
Well, shit, speaking of the Nugs, we ain't talked shit about them. And we never talked about who they going to play because they play the winner of Minnesota OKC. I think they probably going to get OKC, but I think that's going to be a quick series. They don't have enough size to stop Jokic. True, but I think they're faster. I think OKC is definitely faster than Denver, so they can't outrun them, especially when you have a fat ass loaf of bread running your point back and forth. I mean, that dude is not fast at all. I definitely would have Jamal Murray, who was much faster bringing up. But again, I don't even know how 100% Jamal Murray is because he ain't look the same.
Yeah, he
has the same.
Yeah, but I think you also asking a lot of whoever comes out there. You got to go on the road to Denver. They got a great home crowd up in the altitude. You asking a lot of them to have to go win games on the road to go win that series.
Mm-hmm.
Especially having to go through 2 playing games for either one of these teams.
Mm-hmm.
I got Denver regardless. Now, I don't know if Denver's going to make it past the second round.
Right.
I think whoever comes out of that Suns Clippers series has a very good chance at beating them.
Right.
But either way, I think we got a great playoffs ahead of us.
Denver's probably losing that second round. They losing that second round.
Yeah. So Denver, I mean, they can make a believer out of me, but I don't know. It's gonna ask a lot of them to be able to stop whether it's KD and Devin Booker or Kawhi, and by that time, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, all those guys.
Nice.
Yeah. So that's how we'll wrap it up, man. Before we get out of here, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, though.
Yo, Josh, I appreciate you again. This was dope. I really enjoyed my time with you today. Yo, y'all can find me OThaGreat at OThaGreat on Twitter. What is it? High off the glass, high off the THA glass at Twitter. Also on IG, and what is it? OThaGreat, OThaGreat on Facebook, and High Off the Glass, OTHA Off the Glass on Facebook as well. So hit me up, and what is it? My Gmail is High Off the Glass. Hit me up. We talk High Off the Glass. It's an awesome show because nowhere on earth where you find a show where you can talk where the main two subjects are cannabis and basketball, but yet we talk every sport. We talk current events. We talk, random different shit. I got like a lot. I got something totally different that I want to talk about on Sunday for my show that's coming up this week. That is not. I haven't even mentioned this at all, and this is crazy. And it's something that's going on in America right now. Nobody's paying attention to. So we record live Sundays from 2 to 3. At My City, My Music, 3119 Hampton Ave. You guys are on YouTube. Go to My City, My Music. Live on Sundays. Check us out.
Hey, man, there it is, man. So that'll do it for this edition of the Price Check. Nice little crossover episode with my man, OThaGreat. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Not only the Price Check YouTube channel, make sure you hit the notification and subscribe to In the Zone Network's YouTube channel, where I'm also still cranking out that football every week. On Tuesdays from 6 to 8, man. So, till next time, it's been my man OThaGreat, Josh Price. We checking out.